Suicide Prevention Month is a really important month. There are some valuable people who have died throughout the years because they did not feel it was okay to remain here. And I want to talk about that. In 2008, I had my own experience where my body did not want to be here anymore. I essentially fell asleep, and I would sleep 22 hours a day. I could not stay awake. I could not handle the cognitive dissonance within me. I could not manage who I was compared to the indoctrination that I had received from my family's church. So I want to explore a few of those messages that contribute to people thinking it's not okay to be here and from being disconnected from themselves. The first is deny your flesh. Deny your body responses. Essentially what it's saying is if your body tells you something, ignore it. It doesn't matter. Your body is temporary. It's not here for very long anyway. It just doesn't matter. And that is so far from the truth. Our bodies are full of fantastic information, and without connection to our bodies, we become dissociated, which means we can't fully love ourselves or other people, which means we can't follow the rules of that particular indoctrination, which means we need to feel a lot of shame, which means, and it's kind of an impossible situation. So deny your flesh is not a healthy perspective. Another one was to take every thought captive. The idea was that we can't be free to ask any questions that come to our mind. We can't be free to have critical thought unless it corresponds with the doctrine of our particular color of denomination. That's dangerous because we have a right brain and a left brain, and they are intended to work. They're intended to work. And so if we have assigned ourselves as Stepford children to whatever the indoctrination is, we are shutting down parts of our brain that need to be awake, which leads to cognitive dissonance. Another thought was that your emotions are just the devil trying to trick you. False. Our emotions are our radar that give us information about our experience, important information. It allows us to question authority because it feels wrong. It doesn't feel quite right. And we need to explore the questions, left brain, that then are going to go with that right brain response. So essentially, what you're looking at is a full denial of your identity. Mind, emotions, and body. And then let's talk about the spirit. So the spirit is that part of us that surrounds all of our identity that tells us if we are bringing life to our being or if we are kind of dying. So our spirit can expand, it can decrease. In religion, what is spiritual is considered to be of God. So there's kind of some confusion around that because people often have felt that when they go to church and they have this strong emotion, that's the spirit moving within them. That's the only place they're allowed to feel. So of course it is cathartic. Yes, feel your emotions, but those are your feelings. You get to feel your emotions, and that can be a part of you all the time. It doesn't have to just be an experience that you attribute to God. I want you to consider all of these things and evaluate. So am I allowing my identity to be? Does the dogma, the doctrines that I grew up with, does it assist me in wanting to remain here? If you have been like me, where you fell asleep you like to sleep all the time because it's too hard to be here, let's explore what those questions are. I embrace your questions. I embrace your emotional response. I embrace your body response. There's some really important information there. And the biggest thing I want you to know is be kind. Be kind to yourself. You are here on the planet for a reason. And I will tell you, as one who thought that my life was over, that there's a tomorrow, and it is bright and it is beautiful. And you are going to learn so much from this dark night of your soul. And you are going to have a tomorrow that can be very meaningful. Please don't believe those messages in your mind that you need to not be here. It's okay to question all those doctrines that say bad things about you. I want you to say kind things to yourself because you are worth it. I'll see you soon.